It fits. Your name is Trump? Well, how do you figure that the world is going to end?
Well, that's really quite simple. According to my calculations, tonight, November 14th, the Earth will either collide with or come into close proximity to a comet. In any event, the outcome will be disaster.
Well, what about the meteors and the comet and all whatnot?
You might not like it, Mr. Gilman, but he's right. There could be a meteor rain tonight. The Leonids are due.
The what?
The Leonids. It's a shower of meteors. There's a book about it around here someplace if you want to look at it.
No.
So, the old track down Trump End of the World TV show has a strange little idea there, isn't it, that rang true. We have the Trump name dominant in the show, and the other thing is the meteor shower, and there it is. It's the Leonids. And reminds me of the Knights of Ni for Leo. Leonids. But certainly uncanny, isn't it, that that show would have both the name Trump and the name Leo. I don't know whether anyone else has made a video about this, but I think it's quite extraordinary, showing that we need to look in detail a bit more at this track down show indeed. See if there's something else that's going to come up. So we wouldn't have noticed it before because, sure, you know, the shower was important in the show and that name, but until we've had a Pope in the tenure of Trump, we have now the tenure of Pope Leo XIV, Mr. 77 himself. And his brother's saying he's not a woke Pope. A lot of people saying he's very woke. Certainly a very long index finger. Now, Prevost. The Prevost. What is the Vost? Yes, Vost. Version originale sous titre. The original version of a film with subtitles in the film's original language. See a little idea there? Yes, a chief magistrate or a military officer. The warden. Pretty interesting idea for Mr. Francis Prevost. Mr. Roberto Francis Prevost. And he's got the Francis of the last Pope, of course. Pretty interesting little character. The Mafia Pope. Straight out of Chicago. And of course, we must think of Obama straight up. Now, I was just searching for images of Obama and Prevost. And this one turned up in the image search. I just had to share it. What a classic of the short armors here. The two the ones that had a pet goat. Here they are together. And looking quite happy, aren't they, really? I've seen them a few times looking quite happy together. And we've seen Trump very happy together with Obama at the inauguration, of course. The gold ring here tells all. Isn't that creepy? It's like something you do against a wall to make a figure, as it were. Or out of Nosferatu. Definitely out of that movie, the hands like that, when I think about it. Crazy stuff. Now look at this line here. Royals host Barack Obama. That's right, exactly. You know, he's one of them. So of course they're going to host him up. Yes, Obama and King Harold. Now, of course, the Craven dynasty comes through to this Harold idea, and that links us up with Trump very nicely there. What's the name of this one? Meta. Mart. The old Ian of Mart. These people, I think, are very, very important, this Norwegian monarchs, and, of course, extremely wealthy. And they've been doing the mixing it up with Africa too, as we've talked about in a video in the past.
That stunned Catholics and political observers around the world, Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost, a relatively lesser-known figure until recently, has been elected as the new pope, taking the papal name Pope Francis II. The announcement, reverberated across religious and secular circles alike, but nowhere was the impact felt more personally than in Chicago, the city that shaped his early years.
Instead of Michelle Obama, that's the strange bit, isn't it? And they got that wrong. He's not Francis II. He's Pope Leo. It's an interesting bat-like building here, isn't it? Like the Batman sort of looked like that one in Nashville, part of the Chicago skyline.
And ministry. The historic moment took on an even deeper resonance as former President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama, both proud natives of Chicago, publicly reacted to the news with heartfelt admiration and symbolic solidarity. Their joint statement, coupled with Michelle Obama's later remarks in an exclusive interview, offered a unique perspective not just on the rise of a new pope, but on the deep interweaving of faith, community, and identity in American life. When the white smoke emerged from the Sistine Chapel chimney and the words Habemus Papam echoed across St. Peter's Square, few expected to hear the name Robert Francis Prevost.
Isn't it just so like that Kylie song, Papa thing that Kamala Harris was all excited about, strangely enough? They could all been yelling out Kylie's song in the Vatican Square.
Although a cardinal with strong credentials, his name was not among the frontrunners. But within hours of the announcement, media outlets began diving into his background, revealing not only his theological prowess and administrative capability, but also his deep ties to the Windy City. Born in Chicago and raised in a devout Catholic family, Prevost's roots in the city were formative. He attended public school on the South Side, often walked the same neighborhoods as Barack Obama during his days as a community organizer, and served in local ministries that left a lasting impression on both churchgoers and civic leaders alike. Almost immediately, the Obamas issued a joint statement through the Obama Foundation.
This is why I'm just playing this to get to this joint statement. I'm saying, when is this joint statement coming? Look at Obama here, looking very Bond, isn't he? And long arm of the law next to him. Is this arm? This is confusing me a bit. Where's this arm? There's a hand coming down there. Where's this from? That is awfully strange, I must admit. What's going on there? And rings aplenty.
We congratulate Cardinal Robert Francis.
Yeah, look, three-armed Obama. There's two arms there on her, so it's definitely not hers hooked around him. That is very strange, you must admit. I've not seen this before. From the long neck goose.
Francis Prevost, our fellow Chicagoan, on his election as Pope Francis II, the statement read, "His deep moral convictions, unwavering humility, and commitment to service reflect the spirit of Chicago, resilient, compassionate, and grounded in community. We believe his leadership can be a beacon not just for Catholics around the world, but for all of humanity." The message, though carefully crafted, conveyed an unmistakable sense of pride and familiarity.
Yes, I'm sure these two know each other very well, in fact. So quite a mystery coming on here. The old Chicago hasn't disappointed. Created Barack and now a Pope all inside a few decades. I think there'll be more about Chicago that will be seen in the next while, that's for certain. Now, just a while ago, the brother is a Lewis. Now, we know in the crew that the most favoured name for a son is Lewis. And I mean, we're not talking a normal son, are we, in the top level of the Mason, a Mars son. But look what he says about Obama here in the Democrats. So it's quite interesting. One brother for, one brother against. It reminds me of the Bible. There's always two brothers hating each other. The gaping idea. And look, the brother posted vile political content. So already we've got some pretty interesting ideas coming up with that one. Yes, the fellow Chicagoan idea. So I'll be looking more into the city of Chicago, obviously, and examining what this Pope does in the next little while and how it relates to Trump and Obama. Okay, thanks very much, folks, and sorry I was a little bit of a gap in the videos there. I promise there'll be more coming now for the rest of the year, at a bit quicker pace. Just had a few things to do here that were absorbing a lot of my time. Alright, thanks very much, and thanks to the people supporting this channel, and thanks to all the people who comment, like and share, as it were, the videos. Thank you.